Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second episode of the Master Shot podcast. Today's guest is Destiny Soria. She is a director, actor, and lover of horror. So let's see what she got in the works, how she got started, and any advice she might have. I think you're gonna like this one. Let's get into it. Hello, Destiny. How are you doing today?
I'm great.
Yeah. Well, this is my first time meeting you, so tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, and let the audience know what you do as well.
Okay, great. Yes, my name is Destiny Soria. I'm with Lady Destiny's Production LLC. That's my own company, filming company. I've started doing my own like directing, writing, editing, um, you name it. I done it since 2016.
Mhm.
2009, I started acting. I started to get into like acting and modeling. Went to classes, schools for that, and I wasn't. I don't know. I wanted to do more. Like I
Mhm.
wanted to show more of my skills and my talent, and I just like started up my own production. I did a couple of short films, skits, stuff like that. And then
Mhm.
around when COVID hit, I started my first feature film. I did a script for my first feature film, which became a short film first, and then people were like, "You should do a feature film. Like, I think you'll get more out of it." And I was like, "You know what? You're right. I'll do that." So when COVID hit, I just did a script for it, and then I was like, "Well, I need a budget because COVID,
Mhm.
there's no jobs out there for us, so we're like stuck in the house." So I was like, "How do I go on with this?" And I noticed that a lot of filmmakers, indie filmmakers, they were doing crowdfunding. Crowdfunding sites, and Indiegogo was the popular one. So I was like, all right, I am going to do that. So I had some help. I asked help. I asked people like, can you help me figure out how to do this and stuff? So during that time, it went big. Like it blew up. I got the budget for the movie. We were in articles. We were in like news, like everywhere, and I was like super stoked to like do my first feature film. And so yeah, that's how I got started doing directing was that. And I fell in love with directing,
Mhm.
and I was like, okay, I want to do some more. So I've done a couple short films with other writers and producers, and I directed their film. Right now I'm a executive producer for a how do you pronounce it? It's like at Lotti.
Anthology?
It's like, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
stories in a movie.
Yes.
So I'm working on helping out young filmmakers, females in Las Vegas. So I'm like executive producer. I'm helping them try to get their movie out and get it invested, or have fans who are into all that horror, and especially vampires. So
Mhm.
I'm helping them out, and then they're gonna like I am gonna be working as a director for their last segment. So I'm just really excited for that. We start filming in October, so I'm focusing on helping them with that and working with them with that. And then this week I'm meeting with the editor for Christmas Slasher,
Mhm.
because we're kind of almost there, but we had like it took 3 years to finish Christmas Slasher, because I had to go back and finish redoing like scenes. I had issues with a lot of people, so it's funny because like this is my first movie, you know thinking it was going to be smooth sailing from the beginning to end. No, I had some roller coaster of this movie. Like it wasn't like like locations weren't that bad. It wasn't like I couldn't get cast and crew on in the same level. No, it had to do with like four people trying to like fraud me and scam me and try to lie about a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
That's what I had to deal with. So it kind of stopped production because I had to put them, try to fight them in court and get all the situation cleared and done with. And so that, they lost. They lost. They tried so hard and they lost. So I'm like, all right, back to finishing the movie. So we finally finished like the whole like filming, and then it took a while to get an editor to edit it. Like I had a first editor, and he just did not fulfill his contract. He was supposed to send me like a rough cut at a
Mm-hmm.
certain time. Like last year, I was supposed to get a rough cut like in April. Never got it. And then I gave him another chance. I'm like, you need to get this done by end of October. This needs to happen. No. So he breached the contract, and now I have to do another, lawsuit against that. And then I found the one I really wanted. He finally like was not busy,
Mm-hmm.
and I finally got a deal with him. And then 2 months later, he passes away,
Oh.
and it was really like devastating because he was like a really close friend of mine. Like he supported me through all this nonsense that happened to me, and I was so happy because I really wanted him in the very beginning, and I he's gone, and I'm still like, like what happened. I'm like I'm still like in a shock to find out that my friend passed away. So that said, I took a pause to just do it myself. Like we did have a first rough cut because I did it, and then I gave it to him, and then we had notes. He gave me notes about like change some things around. So I was like, so his last words were to me is to fix it. So I did a second rough cut on my own. Really like how it went. I really like what he told me. And so now I have a new editor, and all they're going to do is just clean up all the, visual effects,
Mm-hmm.
sound effects, audio. I do need a composer, so I'm waiting on someone to say yes or no. And then we have clay animation. So it's new monsters. I wanted something different because you know how Christmas they always have Santa Claus as an evil monster, or Mrs. Claus, or elf,
Mm-hmm.
or what is it, snowman.
Yeah.
So I was like, what about a reindeer? I never seen a reindeer become a monster, in the monster universe. So I just made these new monsters for new monsters for the monster universe, and I was like, I'm really stoked to see people's reaction to it because I was like, I want these guys to be in it. I want to see a new character evolve into something monstrous. So we got clay animation, and yeah, we should be done with like pretty much everything in this year. And then next year, my first feature film, Christmas Slasher, will be released at the Christmas time. So yeah, we had a lot of craziness happen to this, like my first ever feature film.
Yeah. First, we'll take it back to the anthology. So this is your first time doing one of those?
Actually, this will be my, excuse me, I think my fourth one.
Oh, your
My
fourth.
first, yeah, my first one is called Hollow Flex and Kill, and that's supposed to be in chapter 3 of United States of Horror with Mr. Phillips. He's the director for that. I've been trying to get a hold of him, and I don't know why. I'm like, when is this going to come out? Because I thought it was supposed to come out this year, but it might come out next year because the first one was already out, and then I haven't seen the second one yet. So I'm assuming the third one will be out next Halloween of next year, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second anthology I've done, it's on Tubi, so it's called BSH, sorry, VHS. I'm saying it wrong, but it's like violence bootlegged, and that's it on Tubi, and I'm the first segment for that one. And then the third one I'm doing, I'm kind of in the middle of getting it finished. There's some scenes I have to redo again,
Mm-hmm.
and I was supposed to film this month, but since it's so hot in Texas, I
Oh
just
yeah.
pushed it for the end of the month. Yeah, it's really hot, so I had to push it for the end of September. I want to push it for end of September, and it's a day shoot, so it's going to be all day, all night. So once that's done, I'm gonna edit it and stuff because I do my own editing. I've been doing my own like special effects and visual effects and stuff like that. I'm learning how to do what is it, CGI, some other things. I was like, I'm gonna do it all by myself. But sometimes they don't know what you want. You try to explain what you want, and it just fell. It just fails. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's not working out. So I was like, I'll just do it on my own. I can learn my own audio. I can't. I don't know nothing about audio, and I don't have the like time and mind frame to like make audio. So I'm like, I'm just doing that and having somebody do the audio. But yeah, that would be my third, and then the fourth one is me doing the executive producer for the second segment, and then one of the other last segments I'll be directing. But yeah, this is kind of like fourth. Yeah, fourth.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because me and my friends did an anthology in 2017.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like it. It's
Hmm.
pretty easy than doing a feature film because you're like, well, I did a short film. Here you go. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's more fun because it's not so hectic and time consuming and
Hmm.
pretty easy.
And do you know how long those take? Because we did ours in about 10 months from idea
Um,
to showing in a theater.
nice. Um, for the first one, I think I just did it in maybe two. I'm gonna say 2 days. That was a long time ago.
Uh,
2 days. And then the second one that's on Tubi, VH. Let me make sure I'm saying it right because I'm slow sometimes.
I think I saw it on Facebook too.
Yeah, VH violent. Yeah, it's on Tubi. Yeah, VHS Violence Bootlegged, and that one I kind of had to do some scenes over again because it was like a 5 minute thing,
Hmm.
and then the director's like, "Oh, can you make this longer?" I'm like, "All right, cool." I will for sure do that. So I had to redo some scenes. I did some scenes in LA. I did some scenes in Minnesota. So well, the first shots were in Minnesota a long time ago because it was like a short one, and then I finished it up in LA. Like I had to redo some in LA. But yeah, it really. I guess that kind of took you know what, a year to do
Hmm.
because I had like a short film of it and I wanted to add more to it, and then when I saw his thing, oh no, he came to me. He's like, Destiny, would you mind? Do you have like a short film you have or can do? And I'm like, I'm so honored that you even contact me. Yes. And I was like, what about this? He's like, cool, but add more to it. I'm like, I got you. So yeah, quick. I guess I can say that took like a year and 6 months
Hmm.
for that one.
Yeah. I
But
like the
everyone,
VHS series.
yeah. And then the other ones were just 2 days, I guess, 2 day
Oh,
shoots.
just shooting. Okay.
Yeah, around 1 to 2 day shoots. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I had managed all my friends, so I think there was about six of us or something.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Um. So obviously, like horror.
Yes,
Have you
I
always
love
been
horror.
into horror?
Yeah, my I got into it with when my mom took me when I was young to go see Beetlejuice and Freddy Krueger. That's how I got into it. When I was super young, I just fell in love with Freddy Krueger and I was like into all these craziness, especially the 80s films, like the
Hmm.
80s horror. I love 80s horror. Like Killer Clowns from Outer Space is one of my favorite. Um The Blob, what was the other one? What was the other one? Freddy Krueger. Well, Freddy Krueger, yeah, that was in the 80s. It was because I remember Johnny Depp. But yeah, those were like my favorites, especially the cheesy super ones.
Yeah, I like horror too. I think I started with horror.
Yeah,
The
hard.
first short film I made.
Yeah. I like yeah, my first one was actual horror, but it was like a silly little skit we did. And then
Hmm.
just came to light and I made all this craziness. Christmas Slasher is pretty much like from the 80s. Like I love the 80s so much that I wanted to make my own, which
Hmm.
is super cheesy, super dumb, dark comedy. And I was like, this is gonna be really epic. I know this is gonna be a cult classic. And I just every time I watch like the when I'm editing, I just keep laughing at every scene that it is so it's ridiculous.
So it seems like you went from doing short films to doing all this awesome stuff in just a short amount of time, directing wise. That's pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah, thank you.
Uh, So what made you come up with the reindeer idea? I mean, you talked about it a little bit, but it's so silly and
Um,
like no one who would think of that. Like,
I was like, because it was kind of weird because I was like, how come there's no like monster reindeers? No Christmas monster reindeers, and I was like, okay, I want to make my own. So it was like I had to do a lot of research, especially because of the fact that our character on Christmas, you can't take any of like their names, you can't have their image. Well, when I looked at, I didn't know you can't say their names. I just knew that you could take the image of, the red nosed person, the red nosed
mhm.
deer,
Oh,
reindeer. So it was like, okay, well, I can't take the image. I was like, all right, well, I'll just make my own little character. But I noticed there was people who were making fun of the character on their like stuff, like little short films and all. So I was like, well, how are they doing that? And it's a parody, spoof. I heard that parody spoof has their own laws that they can make fun of other characters and not worry about copyright. But for me, they came after me because obviously I was like saying Rudolph and I had Rudolph in the movie and I never did.
mhm.
So I was like, oh, I can't say the name. All right, well, we got this. We'll just take all the names off all the articles and whatever is posted online, we will take it off. So we did that. We did all that. And I was like, well, I was gonna make my own reindeer anyways, like my own, like it's its own monster, it's its own character. And so I was like, I didn't have a name for him yet until like after a couple, like this year. I was like, well, his name is Slasher, like Dasher. So I was like,
Oh.
well, it's Slasher the Killer Reindeer. So I was like, there you go. And we told him like, no, we don't have an image of him. We didn't take his name. We didn't put it in anywhere in the movie. Like we have our own stuff. But I guess like over my head, I kept saying it, so they thought that I actually had their character in my movie. And I'm like, no, it's his own character. So we had like this little stupid legal crap going on, and then after like they also were talking about the logo, and I was like, the logo's not reindeer. It's a real skull
Mhm.
reindeer with blood dripping from inside the skull. They're like, no, it's still Rudolph. I'm like, it doesn't even have a tip red nose. It's blood dripping from inside the skull. So it's like, dude, it's not your reindeer. It's mine. This is my reindeer. This is a different, totally reindeer. It's not Rudolph because I said it's Rudolph, or I said the like kept saying Rudolph's name doesn't mean it's Rudolph. I don't have your trademark. I don't have your copyright. All right,
Mhm.
we did everything you said, but this is mine. This is mine. This has nothing to do with the Rudolph. But they wanted to keep going and going. So I was like, I did a trademark on it and then they stopped that too. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, you know what? Forget it. I'm done trying to fight with you guys. I'm not even going to waste money because I know I'm going to win, but I'm going to waste money I don't have and I don't need to. So
Mhm.
I changed the whole logo look. I had to stop sending out merch and perks to the Indiegogo people because of that situation. So I told everybody, like, look, you will get extra goodies, all your perks, everything that you had, that that you get with the perks when you fund my movie, you will get that and more. But right now we have situations with them, and then we I want to wait until we actually get a deal with the distributions because we have a lot of distributions that are very interested in the movie. They love the trailer and they're really interested in the movie. So I told everybody, on Indiegogo letters, everywhere I can, post to let them know, like, hey, we're having issues with the logo, so we have to step back and sending it and getting a new logo or something going. And then we want to make a deal with the distributions for the film. And then after that, after it's released, you will get everything that you like order, you got with extra goodies. But you have to be patient because I want this to be great. This has to be great. It's a masterpiece. It's art. So I need to make it good. You gotta wait. You can't rush art. You can't rush perfection.
Mhm.
So a couple, like one person came at me on my personal Facebook, and I'm a type of person. I'm a nice person, but when you come to my personal page and start complaining, then we got a problem. Because literally on the Indiegogo, people get the emails that I update. Everybody gets it. So I was like, I know you got it, so I don't know why you're even coming after me or are
Mhm.
trying to talk down to me because you obviously already have everything. So yeah, it's just stuff like that, and I'm just like, everybody has an email. Everybody is on all the, like, Christmas slasher pages that we're gonna don't worry, we got you. Your information is still on there. You're still there. I already gave half of the perks to everybody because before that I didn't have issues with Rudolph, but now I do. I
Mhm.
had to stop. So yeah, everybody's gonna get some amazing things once we get this release. I know I want some cool, like, blushies from character monster blushies. Make those and send those out to them. There's a lot of stuff I want to do for them, and also like some really cool toys, or like those funk, what are they, Funko
The
Pop?
Funko Pops.
Yeah, that, or like stuff blushy toys of all the monsters. I
Mhm.
think they'll love that because I told them, like, don't worry guys, I got you. I still got you. I still got, I don't break promises. It's just like we're dealing with, the logo. We're dealing with with getting a new editor, and the clay animation is going to be done end of this year. And we wanna make a deal first before we send out anything,
Mhm.
because they will help. They will help, make stuff for us, and then make a distribution deals, and then release it, and then that's when things will come forward. Come and be better, and send out all the good perks and other amazing things for them too. So I told them, just wait.
So it's quite a story for your first release.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be in the books for sure. I'm gonna make a novel. Disaster Hollywoods, or disaster Christmas set for Christmas, or something like that. Still making it. Still trying to figure out a title for the book.
So, any other recent projects? I saw you were in Colin's No Promised Land. Anything
Yes. So
else?
no problem. Yeah, yeah. So No Promised Land. Yeah, I'm so excited. So No Promised Land made a deal with Tubi. We're just waiting on the release, but I was a lead in that one, and I produced it with my director, and I just won my first ever, Best Actress award for it, and I'm just so humble, and I was like crying. I was like, oh my god, that's all I wanted, was like, that was one of my dream goals, was to win Best Actress award for something I've done amazing. And No Promised Land was the amazing thing I've done, and I put so much heart in the things that happened to me with Christmas last year with the people that went into this, like the frustration, the anger, and just sadness. I put it into this role, and I just love it. This is my favorite movie I've done, and it won for Best Actress award, and then it got nominations, which I think this month we should find out if we did get awards or not. But it was nominated four times, and yeah, we're just waiting for Tubi to release it. But yeah, it's about a Native American single mom that's struggling, who has to sacrifice herself for her son. In doing so, she the dad, she didn't know he was married during that time, and then he just owned them.
Mhm.
So she was trying to find a way and a revenge to him, and also to sacrifice her with her to sacrifice herself for her son, so her son can live in the United States and have a life. So yeah, it was a really sad. Like, I read the script and I told him, dude, I want to be, let me have the role, because I was crying. Like, I know this is such a good movie, and we had fun doing it, and it's just amazing. It's this amazing thing. And then next month I'm going back on set as a lead witch movie. I play a evil witch. It's called Grey Forest. So we're filming that next month, because of course it's hot. But yeah, we're filming that next month, and should be done. It should be done next month, and hopefully, hopefully they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do with it, but hopefully it'll go to film festivals next year and stuff like that. But yeah, this year I got two movies I'm doing, not myself, but two movies I got hired for, and then just waiting on just a couple of things here and there. Yeah.
And that was your first time working with Colin?
Hmm?
That was your first time working with Colin?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. No, yes, because he emailed me and I didn't know who he was, but he's like, "Yeah, I have your audition from certain like a long time ago," and I'm like, "Who is this?" And it was a long time ago, so I don't remember who it was or what it was for, and I'm like,
He did a horror
"Sure."
in 2017, 2016 or something.
Yeah, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, and then yeah, Colin's an amazing person. He works so hard. He's such a sweet guy, and I did another like I was just a little part for his horror film, The Mommy Murders, and it was really good. We saw it Monday at the
Mhm.
theater, and it was really good. I liked the story.
That's cool. Yeah, I met him through his wife. She was my professor in college.
Oh, nice.
So I was an extra on like his first film and like a PA for a day.
Okay, cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So we got that question. So is there anything that inspires you? I know you like to make horror, but is there any type of things you like to explore in the genre?
I do. I comedy. I love comedy, and I always wanted to do something that was like comedy kind of thing. I know Christmas Sash is a little comedy, but it's supposed to like be kind of serious in a funny way. So I don't count that as being, being in a comedy movie. I mean, it's supposed to be stupid funny and stuff, but I guess my character is not a comedian. It's just the people around me. But um, yeah, I want to do comedy. I love drama. No Promised Land was drama. Action. I love action and fighting. Like I think my third no fourth script that I've done is called To the End of the Road. That's like action pack kind of thing. So I'm excited to work on that one once I'm done with all the other little things. But it's action packed. So I really love like fighting, shooting, and all that stuff, like crazy stuff, like James Bond kind of style. Um, but yeah, I want to get more into like action pack kind of stuff, action pack and comedy.
Comedy is really fun.
Yes, yeah.
We did a web show a couple of years ago, and it was a comedy. It was a cop buddy cop show. It was pretty fun. Let's see. Hmm, I guess we can get into this, but do you have any advice for others to do what you want to do?
Advice, yes. Keep going. Don't listen to the small people. Don't listen to the people who just put you down and just be negative. You just keep going, do what you got to do, and just make sure you're not dealing with people who are bad. um, Lesson learned for me, and it's a learning experience with Christmas Slasher. Don't pick people who randomly talk to you on Facebook or you don't know, because those are the red flags right there. Um, get like an agency or agent or a manager that deals with stuff like that, that will, um, who have people who are very professional, especially check their background, make sure that they actually have done stuff,
Hmm.
have a resume, have a reel, have evidence that they done, things like this, because the people who I picked, they didn't have anything. And I thought they were, being nice and kind. I just looked past that and was like, sure, I want you guys. Yeah, I'll help you guys out by you helping me, be on set for free. And then you guys can have like we both having, having experience and exposures and stuff like that. And I'm saving money, and then they're getting all this stuff. Yeah, don't do that because they turn out to be what you evil, evil people. So yeah, just work really hard. Don't let this the small talk, small stuff put you down, hold you back. Just keep going because I've been there. I've dealt with bad people. I've dealt with people who tried to put me down, who said I wasn't good enough, who said that I sucked at acting, or like you're this and that. Like just ignore them, avoid them because these were supposed to be friends. So I just like by. Yeah, just keep going. I know it's going to be tiring. I know it's going to be worn out. I know you're going to burn out, but end of the day, end of your career, you will achieve what you got. I finally got Best Actress Award for a movie, and I've been doing this since 2009. Just
Hmm.
keep going. Never give up.
And also, I would say use contracts.
Oh yes, contracts. Also contracts. Especially like I have to actually have to do some new contracts because I did had people pretty much stood me up. They made a deal with me and all this stuff. They even had contracts,
Hmm.
and I had somebody help me get other actors and stuff like that, and then to find out that they just dipped out on me, and I was like, wow, okay, yeah. Always have contracts. Contracts. If you dip out, you're gonna have to pay me back for the things, or we're gonna have to, you just breach a contract. So
Hmm.
yeah, yeah, it's a pain in the butt, but
Yeah. Any goals you have for the future?
yes. um, Finishing up Christmas Sasher and making an awesome deal with it. Um, Finishing, I have, let's see, I have that one. I'm gonna do Christmas Slasher 2. I have maybe five, let's see, one, two, five feature films I wanna do and get those done, and then I'm pretty much done with that. Maybe direct other people's films. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Five's a lot though. Let's see. Um, uh, what has been one of the biggest opposing forces you've come across in all your years of doing this, whether it's outside or internal?
What
And
was the
how
question again?
what's been like the biggest opposing force in your journey, whether it's external or internal?
Is that, do you mean like what was blocking me from going?
Yeah, what was holding you thought might have been holding you back or putting you down?
Those four people. just four soulless people. I don't even think they're people. I'm just, it's just, they're just monster, evilness. Those four people, those I had to, like I said, it took 3 years because I had to like stop just to fight, take them to court, have them to court, put all the evidence and witnesses stuff. I had to gather a lot of things. It took a long time. That, and they blocked me because I was like, I wanted to quit. I was thinking of quitting because of what they did, and I'm like, these people are trying, they almost ruined me, they almost ruined my reputation, and I was about to quit. I was like, no, I shouldn't quit. I'm too strong. I know I can fight them. I know that the truth will show itself, and it did. It was like, um when was it, last year, I think around the summertime, the truth came out, when everybody else was victims of them, when everybody else, other production companies were like saying that what they did to them and stuff like that. So it was like a blessing to have more people who were victims just like me come out. And so I was like, y'all done. You're done. And then I moved on. I gained weight from it and I got so depressed. And this year I've been working out. I've been more happy because the truth has set me free, and everything else that came with it. So this year's been amazing. I've won a lot of things, of course. I got booked for a lot of other things. I got into a big commercial, and more to come. I'm just happy that I'm living now. I'm back to being alive. So that I'm gonna cry, but I don't want to cry. But it saved me again. I got saved again. So I'm alive and happy, and things are just, this year, next year is gonna be freaking epic, amazing, like amazingly epic for me. And yeah.
Okay, so I got about two more questions here. The first one is, how would you like to be remembered?
Oh my gosh. Not all heroes wear capes. No, I'm kidding. I I want to be remembered like of being a hero for females out there, being a hero for Native American females.
Mhm.
Um, we it's really hard for us. Like I see that we are getting out there more. Like we're getting into more movies and stuff like that, and especially with females. And I'm just like, I just want to be remembered that I tried to, I wouldn't say I'm a hero, but I would hope to be, a, what is that word? A role model, which
Mhm.
some have, they're so kind and blessing. They come to me saying that that they look up to me, that what is that word? Look up to me, role model, give them hope.
Mhm.
I want to be remembered like I gave people hope.
I think you're on the right path for that.
Thank you.
And where can people find you online, or if they want to see your films, or you can always send me links later, but just for right now.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm on Facebook, Destiny Soria. My production's on Facebook. It's Lady Destiny's Production LLC.
Mm.
And then Christmas Slasher, the movie's on there. And also it's on Instagram, Christmas Slasher, the movie. And then the teaser is on YouTube, Lady Destiny's Production. I did have a website, but now they want you to pay, and I'm like, I'm not all about that. So I need to do something. I have to get a new website. I'm so mad because I worked so hard on it, and I'm like, why is that coming up? And they're like, oh, you have to pay. I'm like, I get out of here. So I need to get a new website coming up pretty soon. But yeah, and also I'm on IMBD, so you can find me there. Destiny Soria, Soria.
Mm. All right. Any final words you would like to say, or anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, check my movie on Tubi. It's the
A
VH1.
VHS. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually my first movie on Tubi, which I'm really excited. No promise and we don't know the release date, but we will for
Mhm.
sure be pushing that out to let everybody know. And yeah, just be yourself, be kind to others, and don't let small stuff or negativity get in the way of what you dream and what you love and what you want to do.
All right. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.